You may have noticed this new trend on YouTube. Buzzfeed employees are leaving the company and uploading videos to YouTube titled Why I Left Buzzfeed. So after a lot of consideration and, talking myself in and out of it and all that stuff, I thought it was time to tell you guys why I left BuzzFeed. As you guys know, I worked at BuzzFeed for 69 non-consecutive months. You may recognize me from classic BuzzFeed series like People Try Culturally Insensitive Food from Other Countries, Women Try 89 Sandals you can find at the dollar store, and of course, My Dad Meets My Boss. So first and foremost, I left BuzzFeed because I really wanted to have creative control over my own work. When I have a video idea, I just want to, make it. And at BuzzFeed, when you have a video idea, you have to take the idea and write it on a rock, and you have to take the rock and then throw it into the office moat. Which, more on the office moat in a second, but basically what you do is you throw the rock. If it sinks, you may swim into the moat, retrieve the rock, and make the video. If the rock floats, you have to give it to the Try Guys. This model was really unsustainable for me personally because I was allergic to whatever BuzzFeed CEO Jonah Peretti put in the moat water to make it smell like butterbeer. Secondly, video ownership was a really huge concern of mine. I wanted to own what I made. And I wanted to make it in a workplace that didn't include a mandatory cape and ankle machete holster rule in the company dress code. The next reason is a little silly. I don't like commuting, and to be honest, the 5-mile-long trek through the woods and then 1 mile directly up a perilous seaside cliff every day just to get to the office, like by the time you reach the ancient castle-inspired Victorian-style BuzzFeed work mansion, you're like exhausted. Also, I already mentioned the BuzzFeed moat. Sometimes BuzzFeed CEO Jonah Peretti would, leave the drawbridge down, but other times he would just pull it up. And he wouldn't put it down again until one of the Try Guys sent him an email with a GIF in it, and it had to be the right GIF, and nobody knew what the GIF was. And every time I suggested, maybe like a satellite workspace or like a loft downtown or something to my manager, they would look at me and say like, but it's haunted here. Like that was some sort of like mandatory thing you had to have to work at BuzzFeed is like an office ghost. Another personal reason, this is kind of like just, I like to work in a clean office space, and the BuzzFeed basement at the mansion is like full of chainsaws, and nobody seems to know why. I asked BuzzFeed CEO Jonah Peretti about it, and he just said, buzz buzz, LOL. If it is a joke, if that's the only reason, you'd think it'd be more like environmentally sustainable and responsible to put like a bee colony on the roof or something. But I obviously didn't start BuzzFeed, so what do I know? The next reason, and this is probably the main reason if I'm being honest, BuzzFeed CEO Jonah Peretti actually kicked my father out of their all-men's choir. So my dad obviously became close with Jonah on the set of My Dad Meets My Boss. It actually worked out really nicely. And together they decided to start like an all-men's pop choir, which was really cool. But then after a few months of success, Jonah went to my dad and kicked him out because he was sounding a little flat now. And that made him really sad, and it was right before Christmas, and it was like a whole mess. I personally think Jonah kicked him out because Dad wanted to solo on Can You Feel the Love Tonight, and Jonah also wanted the solo. And from what I understand, there was a sing-off, and it didn't end very well for Jonah, so, I don't want to say that it's personal, but it could be personal. Apparently, Jonah also made the entire choir practice in a room that he had flooded with about 8 inches of murky water, like just on the floor, like ankle deep. I don't really know the reason why. I just thought I'd throw that information out there because it seemed odd to me. So if you know why you would sing in a room with just 8 inches of like swamp water in it, let me know in the comments below. And the final reason I left BuzzFeed is like a little bit gossipy, and I don't want to be that bitch, but I feel like I should share it. I had reason to believe that one of the superiors at the company was actually a functioning vampire, and that the company in its entirety was actually created to sort of culminate into this like steampunk-inspired office purge. Like The Purge, like the movie. I'm not complaining because really that's just startup culture. But what really chapped my ass is that it was rigged in favor of one of the Try Guys. I don't know which one because as we all know, legally those guys don't have names anymore, but it was one of them, trust me. So that's why I left BuzzFeed. Those are my personal reasons. I'm sure a lot of people love working there, and they can totally handle having their desk destroyed every Tuesday on Taco Tuesday because BuzzFeed CEO Jonah Peretti gets piñatas and tacos mixed up, and then he sets it up like in the middle of the bullpen and gives us like a stick that's like 10 meters long, and everyone's stuff gets knocked off the desks. But that's a totally personal reason, and that's a whole other video. And anyway, lots of people thrive in that kind of environment. So I hope you guys understand why I'm on YouTube now, doing my own channel. I'm really excited, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon. Bye!